Hello and welcome. Today I'll be talking about a little bit of a January recap and a few things I'm looking forward to in February. This is something, and I have my coffee here with me. This is something that I wanted to do for this year to help me record, no pun intended, and track what I've been liking and just kind of finding a fun way to share that with the world. So here I am. A few things I must talk about today are my January reads, my things that I enjoyed in January, liked, purchases, and overall goals, I guess, sprinkled in there for this year, and just memorable moments. I realize that this sweater makes me look a little lumpy, but whatever. We move on. Who cares? The first book that I read for January was Long Bright River by Liz Moore. I read this for a book club. The prompt was to read a book based in Philly. Please hold it. The prompt was to read a book based in Philly, and this is a book based in Philly, and I thought it was super interesting. As someone who has lived in Philly and has transplanted there, this was super interesting to read. And I think with all of Liz Moore's books, I don't know if she puts in them, they are unputdownable. When I started reading this, I finished it in one day, stayed awake reading it, could not put it down, had to find out what happened. I think I gave this a 4.5, 4 stars. Such an interesting story, and yeah, amazing. I recommend all of her books to everyone. Okay. The next book was an audiobook, I believe, and it was a picture of Dorian Gray. I've had it on my shelf for a while. I don't know where it is, to be honest, but I did listen to it as an audiobook, and I really enjoyed it. What did I give it? I don't remember. I think I gave it 4 stars. I haven't read a classic in a while, and I believe I gave it 4 stars. Honestly, don't get the hype between on Dorian Gray personally, as a person, why everyone is so obsessed with him, and but the book was crazy. It was the minds, ending was great. I also recommend that for anyone who wants to read any classics. And I'm glad that I finally got a chance to read it. Another book that I read this month was Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. This is my first Brandon Sanderson book, and I started actually reading this in December, and I finally finished it in January. I really liked it. I do want to figure out what happens after this book. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a trilogy or if this is 7 books or if that's just the series all combined. But yeah, definitely interested in knowing what happens, and yeah, I think I'm gonna start reading more Brandon Sanderson for 2025. We'll see. The final book that I read for January was The Bee Sting. This is a library book. I have always been daunted by this book because look how many pages this is. This is over 600 pages, and I'm what am I gonna read about for 600 pages? Is my attention gonna be there? As I was reading this, I kept flipping the pages. I wanted to know what's gonna happen next. All these things, without realizing how much of the book that you've read. I think the author Paul Murray does a great job with his pacing, with the characters, with everything. So made the 600 pages fly by. Definitely think that things could be shortened a little bit, but it was a solid 4.5 stars for me. My reading goals for 2025 is to have no goals. I'm just kind of reading what interests me. Not trying to put a number there. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of aiming towards for this year. So a January favorite that I technically bought in December, but I think I could add it in here because I've been using it a lot in January, have been these Transcendent Coffee syrups. I have 2 of them. This is the Algerian baklava, and then I have the Indian gulab jamun. Honestly, amazing. I love making my coffees with these. I kind of look forward to it. I really want to get more syrups from them. Highly recommend. Just great overall. And then for January, I was trying to have a low spend month. So try not to buy a lot of things, but one thing that I did buy and kind of got me was this halal bone broth by It's Actually Co. So I feel I don't see a lot of halal bone broth options. So I wanted to try this. I already finished 1 jar, and these last for 6 months. So I'm sure it's gonna last me, and hopefully during Ramadan. But this better do all the things that bone broth is supposed to do with collagen and nutrition and nutrients and all that stuff. So, and I'm not gonna make it. But yeah. yeah, really excited to kind of use this more up and kind of drink it like tea. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some progress or something. So memorable January moments. I got to spend a lot of time with friends and family, which is also a goal for 2025. So spending more time, like dedicated time with friends and seeing them as well. And then family is great to spend time with them and having family out of town come and visit. So that was great. I will say like my highlight of the month, however, was seeing Zayn. I've been a One Direction fan since forever, and just kind of having that, healing my inner teenager and just having that moment was like amazing, like something I'll remember forever. Yeah, amazing. Literally had every time, like can't believe it actually happened. Yeah, going to be reminiscing about that for as long as I. Moving on to my February wish list. So I've been really eyeing these Doc Martin Mary Janes. I have actually been eyeing Mary Janes in general for a while. Like I do have like a pair of red ones, but I do want something that's a little bit more comfortable that I can wear day-to-day travel with, things like that. So I really love the feminine look of what a Mary Jane is, and like how it could just add to an outfit. But I do like the Doc Martin ones because I feel like I have a little bit more personality than just a regular pair of Mary Janes, and they do seem a little bit more rugged compared to like other brands that I've been looking at. So I'm really excited. I might get those sometime soon. So I could like break them in before the weather gets too warm. But really excited to kind of like pair them with my outfits. I've already have so many ideas of what I want to wear it with and just like how I want to style it. So super excited, and hopefully I can add it to my closet soon. Another item that I've been looking at is this Reformation sweater. I really love the colors of these. I do feel like it gives me very like 2000s sporty look. Like I can see like a Gap selling this like back in the 2000s. So I love the colors. I love that like there's the colors I've been kind of wearing a little bit more in my closet these days. So I feel like this is something I want to add. I feel like I want this, and I hope this is something that will be used in my closet, like not just now, but like also in many years from now. So still like wondering about that. I kind of really do want to get it, but trying to justify it a little bit. But yeah, so those are like my top things, and I do want to, I guess another thing, get in February, which isn't specific to any brand or anything, is getting a little bit more jewelry, just kind of having a little bit more fun with accessories and just pairing that up with my outfits. I know I'm not really wearing anything right now in terms of necklaces, but just kind of playing around more with accessories, and I feel like that can just do minor things to just elevate how I look. That is my January recap and a little bit of my February wish list. So hopefully I'll be back next month talking about my February favorites, and looking forward to sharing this all. And yeah, thank you for watching.